Right now, without deciding to, you might do something uniquely human. You might feel something so strongly that your eyes fill with water and it spills down your face. A stranger walks by, sees it, and knows instantly what it means. You're crying. And you don't even think about how strange that is, because here's the thing. Of everything on earth that can feel, only humans do this. Dogs don't. Chimps don't. Not one of your closest relatives sheds a single tear from sadness or joy. Only you. So why does it happen? Why did evolution take an emotion, something invisible, something locked inside your skull, and push it out through your eyes for everyone to see? The answer is stranger than you'd think. Let's start with the tears themselves, because not all tears are the same. In fact, you have three completely different kinds. The first are basal tears. These are the ones working right now, coating your eyes in a thin film, keeping them from drying out. You produce them constantly and never notice. The second are reflex tears. These flood in when you chop an onion or something flies into your eye. Their job is simple. Flush the thread out. But the third kind is the one no other creature has. Emotional tears, the tears that come when your heart breaks, when you laugh too hard, when you hold someone you thought you'd lost. And here's what's fascinating. Those three kinds of tears are not the same liquid. In the 1980s, a biochemist named William Fry studied the chemistry of tears. He collected reflex tears from onions and emotional tears from people watching sad films. When he analyzed them, he found the emotional tears contain more protein, more stress hormones, more of the chemicals your body produces when you're in pain. Your emotional tears are literally made of a different substance, which raises a haunting question. Why would your body build a special fluid packed with stress chemicals just to cry it out of your face? To answer that, we have to go back, because crying's old. Older than language, older than cities, older than almost anything you'd recognize as human. Every baby that has ever been born comes into the world crying. It's the first thing you do. Before you can see clearly, before you can hold your own head up, you can already scream. And that scream is not random. A newborn cannot feed itself, cannot move, cannot survive a single hour alone. Its only tool is a sound so piercing that no adult can ignore it. Your cry was your first weapon. It was the thing that kept you alive when you had nothing else. But the tears, the water, that came later, and it did something the scream alone could not. Think about what a sound does. A cry travels. It reaches anyone within earshot, friend or stranger, predator or prey. In a dangerous world, that's a risk. But tears are silent. Tears only work up close. You have to be near enough to see someone's face to know they're crying. And that changes everything. Some researchers believe this is exactly the point. A silent signal, visible only to those already beside you, is a signal meant for the people you trust, your family, your group, the ones close enough to help. And here's the part nobody talks about. When you cry in front of someone, you are making yourself vulnerable. Wet eyes blur your vision. For a moment, you can't see clearly. You can't fight. You can't run. In the wild, that should be dangerous. So why would we evolve to advertise our own weakness? Because that's the whole point. Crying is a signal you cannot fake easily and cannot hide. It says, I am not a threat. I need you. And in a species that survived only by sticking together, a signal that pulls people closer in your worst moment is not a weakness at all. It's one of the most powerful things a body can do. Scientists have actually tested this. In one study, researchers showed people photographs of faces with tears and the exact same faces with the tears digitally removed. The faces with tears were rated as sadder, yes, but also as needing more help. People wanted to reach out. The tears did something a frown alone couldn't. They flipped a switch in the person watching, turning a stranger into someone who wanted to care for you. Your tears don't just express your pain, they reach into someone else's brain and pull. But it gets stranger, because tears don't only travel through the eyes. In 2011, a team led by researcher Shani Gelstein ran an experiment that sounds almost impossible. They collected emotional tears from women who had been crying, and they had men simply smell them. The men didn't know what they were smelling. It was odorless to them, but something changed. Their testosterone dropped, their arousal fell, brain scans showed reduced activity in regions tied to aggression. A chemical message carried in a single drop of another person's tears had quietly rewired how they felt without a single word spoken. Your tears may be talking to the people around you in a language none of you can consciously hear. So why do we cry when we're happy? At a wedding, at a reunion, when someone wins after years of struggle, it seems backwards. Why would the same reaction show up for the best moment of your life and the worst? One idea is that crying isn't really about sad or happy at all. It's about intensity. It's your body's release valve for any emotion too big to hold inside. When feeling overwhelms the system, the tears come, no matter which direction the feeling points, which means the tear rolling down your face at a funeral and the one at a birth are, in a strange way, the very same thing. Your body simply saying, this is too much to carry alone. And that brings us to the loneliest part of the story, because for most of human history, no one ever cried alone. You lived in a group of 30 or 40 people who were never more than a few steps away. When you wept, someone saw, someone came. That was the entire purpose of the tears, to summon the people beside you. Crying was never meant to be private. It was designed for an audience of the people who loved you. But look at us now. We cry in bathrooms with the door locked. We cry in cars in empty parking lots. We cry into pillows at night so no one hears. We've taken the one signal evolution built to bring people closer, and we hide it. We apologize for it. We call it embarrassing. We've been told somewhere along the way that tears are something to be ashamed of, something to swallow down and get over. And so the most social act your body can perform, the ancient call for closeness, we now perform completely alone. Think about how strange that is. A signal that only works when someone is near, sent out into an empty room, a message meant for another person, with no one there to receive it. For 300,000 years, tears meant you are not alone. Now, for so many of us, they mean the opposite. So the next time your eyes start to sting, the next time that pressure builds behind them and you feel the urge to look away, to hide, to say sorry, remember what it actually is. It's not a malfunction. It's not weakness. It's the oldest message your body knows how to send, a message written before words existed in a language older than every language you speak. It's your body reaching out for someone, the same reach your ancestors felt around the fire and their ancestors before them, all the way back to the first human who ever wept and was held. Only humans cry from feeling, not because you're fragile, but because somewhere deep in your history, being seen in your pain was the thing that kept you alive, and it still is.